If you live in Figaro, move out now. Today is the day when we're gonna finally end the fight. What is the best and what is the worst Homestable on the Starstable online. And also, before we go more on this video, remember to subscribe because that would help me a lot. And tell me what should we write next, like any ideas. Can be Starstable related, can be actually anything related, can be in real life, in gaming, Starstable, whatever. Tell me what we should write because I have so much, like, I love to do this. I hate editing these videos, but I love to make them. So let's get started. Can we start with my Homestable, which has been since Stable came out? Jeez, I'm having a moment. My Homestable history is that Moorland, of course, like starter place, and after that I don't really remember. Didn't move in some other stables, but at least like long term, which I mean over years, I was in that stable. Like, let's ignore them maybe week or something because I don't remember them. I have been playing since 2015, so it's been 10 years. But like stables which I have been for years, as my home stable has been Steve's, and then I went to Mistfall, the Dundul stable, when it came out, and I was there until Starshine Ranch came out, and I have been there ever since. So my history is not that I'm changing home stables really, because I don't know why. So we're gonna start with my current Starshine Ranch, and I've been actually thinking later, should I move on because I have been there since it came out. So was it 2021 or 2020? So I have been basically like 5 years there. So I have been kind of thinking, should I like move on and do something else, because I have been maybe getting a little bored of it, if it makes sense. How we're rating these homestables is kind of like roleplay aspects, because I know you guys like roleplay, realistic, like how good it is for the horses, you know, realistic aspect as well, and how pretty it is, and entertaining, like how much details and location and other things what just comes to my mind. But that's kind of like where I'm going. And with Starshine Ranch, I think Starshine Ranch is very special because it's the only Western stable. It's like very different than other stables. I also like how open it is and how many details and how like large the area is, so it's perfect for role playing. There's also hosted an event, and I think the main reason why I stayed there like on the list is because of the dailies with bringing back the animals, because 4 animals you can bring for 90 shillings per each every day, and I think that's like best dailies in that, like compared to any other stables. Of course, the difference then is, I think it's the only stable, no, actually it's not, but one of the only stables where you cannot do the care dailies, but it still gives way more because it's almost 400 Jorvik shillings for the animals. From that aspect, I'm gonna say it's gonna be the best. This is Starshine Ranch. I feel like the most role players, at least on my server, are always on the Starshine Ranch. Next, let's take Jorvik, shall we? I have some mixed relations, but I think it's very cool. It's very special looking, it's very large. There's also hosted an event, but I also feel like Jorvik stable is, before maybe in 2016 it was like the eye of Jorvik, you know, like the main place with Steve's ranch. But nowadays I feel like it has lost the shine for somehow people don't really care about Jorvik stables anymore. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because the Starstable lore itself turned very boring. Friendship is most important thing ever kind of lore, and the Jorvik stable itself doesn't really hold a key on the lore anymore. So it kind of lost the shine when the story got changed, if you get what I mean. They hosted one of the best events, which is the Dressers Festival, whatever it's called. Very lore based, but it's okay for role playing as well, but maybe not that good. I feel like people of the roleplay on that area, they go to that paddock island to roleplay, and I don't know, I think it's also good though. It's not like, and I like the area around it, like the location in general. Like for my gameplay, what I do in Starstable, it's very like, I don't really spend much time there at all, but in general it also has a lot of it. It has Jarlaheim close to it, it has the paddock islands, it has Epona pretty close and all that. I think I'm gonna put it on good. I don't think it's the best because there's not that much to do after all. I don't know, I think it's just good. It's not the best. One of the things which maybe Jorvik stable missing is in the roleplay aspect, there's not really much for horses. Yes, there's very big riding area too, actually, a warm-up area, very cool and very kind of rich look. I like it, very much detailed, but there's only 2 paddocks and that's it. If you get what I mean, I don't know, maybe you don't, maybe you do. Also, I will need to talk. One thing which I want in Starstable with this Homestables would be that to actually have like realistic stable. I would really like that. Like Starstable is a horse game and it's completely missing the real horse stable. Why can't we have stable like in the PC original game is Jorvik stable wash from inside, but like modern version of that. Like there was pens and everything in the stable. I think that was very cool and I'm sad that that is not the case anymore. Let's take one of these, because I cannot literally see from these bushes at all. That's like one of the point of these places. This is very cool for people who want to be that forest guy, who just want to be with wild animals and talking horses. Yeah, very normal, you know. Very cool if you want to level up the friendship between the Jorvik wild horses, you know, the lore between them, and just in general just want to level up. But everything else, there's not really races. Okay, there's the one butterfly race and something like that, but there's nothing else. Like there's no paddocks or something. Like it's literally a like stable in the woods. I feel like that was the only stable when it came out. No one bought it. Like no one moved in there. Maybe one guy in million moved in there. So I'm gonna put it on. It's not the worst, but it's, oh, is it? No, it's I get it why they made it, but also they just put stable in the forest. Nothing else. It's but it's not like that I get puking reflex when I'm watching it. Should we take the golden leaf stable? I have friends who thinks golden leaf stable is the best. At some point when I was rating every day, I always fast traveled to golden leaf stables because the races were very cool, good XP and a lot of races at one point. They also have the riding area, very special looking stable, and island, which is very cool, and autumn vibe, like very special. But there's not really paddocks. There's actually one paddock. In a roleplay field, that's not really good. But in anything else, I think it's fine. But it's also very isolated. Like you go there only if you want to do the races, kind of if you don't like a lot of vibe in there. I would say it's okay. I don't say think it's good or best, but I think it's okay. Good races, but that's kind of it maybe. I think it's maybe a bit overrated if you ask for me. Like this might be just my opinion. Most likely it's because I know it has a big fan base. I just never really maybe got into it, if it makes sense. Then we got Fur Grow. Fur Grow is the worst. I take no buts. Tell me one thing which is good in Fur Grow. It's gonna take you 10 minutes. Oh, there's a hairdresser in there. No, it's horrible. It's so ugly. It's like every time I need to go to Fur Grow, I get depression. It's so brown. It's so boring. Like what the fences are so like. I think the fences are the one which is making it depressing. Fur Grow is like a shadow of a whole Jorvik. Very depressing. No roleplay and. Especially in a realistic element, where do you put the horses? Like you have a stable in a village, which is a small village, which is like everyone has like 1 centimeter of garden there. It's so small, too many houses, like there's literally no space. The most ugliest fences I have ever seen in a gaming history. Very dark place because the mountains, everything is like taking the sun away, and there's nothing. The internal is nothing, and there's no space for the horses. Like where do you keep the horses in realistic element? There's a stable, there's no paddocks, there's no riding area, there's nothing. No one roleplays in Fur Grow. No one ever did. If you did, what are you doing? What are you doing? If Moorland was like old Moorland, I would give it maybe okay placement, but after they added the riding jump, like the little island, it boosted that position a lot, especially in a detailed and roleplay way. Moorland is supposed to be very big, like riding stable in Jorvik, but there is not a single paddock. Good races, by the way. Also a goal here for when I race during my horses. Very cozy, especially it's funny if you were bored to look new players. Right there, it's very entertaining. At some point it was always full of beginners. I really like the vibe. The roleplay and the realistic element was kind of gone because there was no paddock for the horses. But now when they added actually camping place, island, there's tons of paddocks. I just today went to check it so I can like be correct on this. There was a lot of paddocks, big paddocks, a lot of horses in there and a lot of like camp. I think it brings this place like realistic, perfect for roleplaying, for example, perfect for training. It's everywhere. There's always jumps around. Everything is close. I think Moorland goes for the best. Like really, there's nothing what there is not. That's not a super weird sentence, but anyways, no one has something what Moorland doesn't. Now it makes more sense. Validale. The mood and the place in general is killed for me because I had done so much of the fireflies. I've done so much Fireflies during the years since it came out, like almost daily, at least weekly, at least monthly, that I have PTSD and immediately headache when I go to Wella. I'm like, not again, but I need the money. With the headache and with pain, I get the burnout the second I know I need to go to Wella. You have no idea how many hours I've been grinding these Fireflies, and I just know I'm getting like actually way too much enough. But the place itself, only thing about Welladale in my opinion is it's cozy, has forest and the Fireflies, but there's nothing else. There's no really races. Roleplay element is again, there's not a single paddock anywhere. Like people can roleplay only like some kind of, the people who works with history, lore, some kind of religion in Yorvik, you know this. How did I actually forget? I don't know. Very mixed feeling. I'm gonna say it's okay. I think this is Redwood Point. Very reinforced, way more than Walladale, but it also has paddock and small riding around. This is meant to be for people who likes to maybe be or at least roleplay being these. I can't forget the word. Come on, who's the guy working in Mistfall? Is it Ranger Falls? I think it's called Ranger Falls, and I see a lot of them actually. Not anymore. It's not a trend, but it was a trend at some point where people had a lot of like outfits of them and stuff. I'm probably the only one because I never see a player when I'm there, but I think it's very cozy. I like it, and I've been thinking should I move there, but then I was like, oh, the traveling is so ass, like I don't know, and there's not much to do after all, but the vibe is very good. So I'm gonna be special, I'm gonna be weird, and I'm gonna say it's good. I'm gonna say it's good because I like it. I don't know what the vibe is, it's so special maybe. And there's a huge paddock, and the role playing fits in there. You can just maybe roleplay professional rider, but the Ranger Falls roleplay fits perfectly there. I don't know, I had some kind of obsession with the paddock in this game, and I don't know why. Fort Pinta. When I was a teenager and I had some Starstable friends who I'm not in contact anymore, we used to call this a cheese castle because it's nothing else than cheese. And I don't know, again, no paddocks really, no really riding field. Why do people like this? Like, I hate roaming in Fort Pinta because it's always, you always get stuck on some kind of stairs, and I just find it very boring in general. I'm just gonna put it, this is really nothing good. Like back in the days it was very good because the transporting was the best ever. Like you could use the ferry, is that called, the ship, to go Southwoof or Yorvik or Epona as well, I think, and it was very useful because back in the days you could not fast travel straight. Like I see maybe 1 or 2 players nowadays there, when back in the days before the change there was always like 10 or something. This is called Silver Clade Manor because I feel like this is always changing the name. Like it was, when I was young it was called Silver Clade Vineyard, but now they were probably about to go, oh my god, children cannot read wine, they will turn into alcoholists. And it's literally a vineyard, so they had to change it to manor or something, I don't know. After the update, it got better 10,000 times. It has the best role-playing options. There's so many paddocks, really sick paddocks, even on like a hill, so many riding places, and what makes it the most special is the riding hall. It's meant to be like luxury place. Before the change, I think it was always kind of like lame, you know, kind of lame. It was very lame, but now it's very cool and very good positioning. Jumps are close, multiple jumps, and they even have like racehorse derby. Is this a derby play? What is it called? Oh my god, you know what I mean. It's a tramp as well. Like this, they made so much effort on this, which is crazy. Like this table has everything you can just imagine. So I'm gonna put it on the best. I'm gonna put it on the best, and no one can fight with me when it comes to that. Southwoof. What makes Southwoof very special, I'm gonna be honest here, is that there's very special way to roleplay as a veterinarian. Probably pretty much the only one, but you can do it in other places as well. But there's like Southwoof is made to be like veterinarian place, rescue place, and I think that's very cool. I wish they had more of this, and I wish they would have maybe made larger of this, that there would be maybe some kind of small hospital where you could go inside, like horse clinic, I mean not hospital. I think this place would be way better if they updated. It's very empty, if you get what I mean. There's one riding place, there's no paddocks, but the place is in general is unique because it's so Irish instead of Cork, very Irish styled. It's kind of far from everything. Very nice races though, but no dailies. It's kind of like, I think getting daily money in that place is very hard if you don't move away from it every day. But for the role playing, it's very special. I'm not gonna say it's okay. I'm gonna say it's okay. I remember when Epona came out, everyone was waiting for this because oh, so much water. But I also got so bored of it at the same point because there's nothing. But let's be honest, Everyone is boring as hell. I like it. The environment around it is cozy and fun, but there's one paddock in the stable. One thing which is good is that the horse draw dailies are very high. Like there's so much to do, and it's the only one. I'm gonna put it on. It's not worst, but it's kind of. I don't see any reason why people will live there. Tell me if you live in Epona, tell me in the comments why. Of course I'm not judging. I'm only judging if your Homestables in Faircrow, because then I'm just like, I'm not even gonna say anything. Let's take Dundle, because I know everyone is living in Steve's farm and they want me to put it. So no, I'm gonna take Dundle. I'm gonna, as I said, I lived there very long, and I always thought that I lived in Dundle the longest. But now when I'm starting thinking, yes, has passed, or it's probably the Starshine Ranch at this point. Around Dundle there's like a lot of like secret things, which was very cool, like the fox photographing at least, and then the stars. Collecting the stars was very special. I really liked it. There was a lot of like hidden things in Dundle. I don't really remember more of them because it's literally been a very long time. But I really liked it, and I like that kind of the secret vibe. And the natural vibe, like the soundtracks there was amazing. It doesn't maybe exactly fit for role playing, because at least like horse trainer role play, everything else, like if you want to be ranger force or something like that, it fits perfectly. But if you want to be like role player about a rich girl, it doesn't fit at all in that atmosphere, because there's no paddocks or anything. But that's, I'm gonna give that an exception. This is not a riding place, because the area is supposed that you use the horses and not cars. Makes sense? So no one would ride. And there is actually one paddock, but it's very far away. But it's meant to be that the horses are kind of used there for as a cars. They put a lot of effort on that. That's why I like it. Like for example, Teldo Village, there's nothing. There's literally nothing. They really didn't put any effort on that. Let's be honest. But in Dundle there's like a lot of detailed houses. The village is cool. Hidden guests. But I think also that it was amazing. I saw there was still a lot of people at some point there. But after like Starshine Ranch came, Steve's farms got updated and all that things, and Moreland that got updated, I think that people kind of forgot Dundle. Like now when I go there, there's never anyone anymore. Except maybe new new players who are making guests. People forgot about it as fast when there came better options. Like it's kind of maybe, I'm gonna say it's maybe a bit old dated, if you get what I mean. As an old Dundle fan. And I think it would be easy to fix by making some guests or dailies or something in there, because come on, the village there is huge and the lore there would be very perfect. Like there's the Reina, who's the blind girl again? There was a huge lore about her. Like they could do something like they did in Volleydale, not with the Fire of Life, but like something similar maybe. How do we rate it? Very specific role playing, very far away from everything, very detailed, a lot of places, unique, like the place, vibe in general. I'm gonna put it as okay. I will say it's okay. And last, Steve's Ranch. Steve's farm. I was very many years in Steve's Ranch, but never after it got updated. I was thinking it when it got updated, because I'm gonna be honest, I like the new way more than the old one. I know people are missing that the riding area is in the middle. There's like the center between the stable and the riding area, but I think the current one is so much better. Perfect for role playing, very realistic paddocks. I really like them. So much details, a lot of wood, or the red wood on the stable. Good positioning, probably the best. It's literally in the middle of the game map. Good dailies, good races. We don't need to, and Arco is gonna go for the best as well. And here it is. I hope I didn't forget any stable, but one of the stable which I would add in the game would be Dino Valley. But the Dino Valley would need a lot of update. I think Dino Valley would need something to do actually, other than mining, because the mining is also very outdated. It's been there since the first Gen 1 Fjords came out, so update that. And maybe we will get very cool Homestable again. What would you put? 1 to 5, like best to worst? Just tell me your opinions. What do you disagree or what do you agree? And tell me what should we do next. Gameplay ideas, Starstable ideas, top tier ideas, anything. I am literally open. Anyways, we will see in the next video. So until then, bye bye. If you live in Fairgrove, move out now.